Okay, we're trying to see if we can, this old computer, which is only a dual core computer, will actually run a Google Hangout and Genesis for controlling my SDR, software defined radio. And right now we're running 100%, and we're not even running Genesis, I don't think. We are running rain meter, but that says it's not using that much CPU. Chrome is just eating all the CPU. Look at that, 50%, 30%. I don't know how to get around that. So I suspect I can't even run Genesis. I'll try. Go Windows D, Genesis, which is actually Power SDR. It's trying to load. And it loaded, but it closed itself down. See, there it is. And let's see what this is telling me. This is telling me I'm only at 45%. I don't believe that. Let me see what this is telling me. This is telling me I'm at 36%. Now that's weird. Why did Chrome go down when I loaded Genesis? Well, let's see. Let's see if we can turn the radio on. Yeah. It's not dropping out. See what my usage is now. 100%. Pegged. And Genesis is 40% and Chrome is 26%. And if I go to, where are we at here? If I go to this, oh, look at that. It's breaking up now. Probably because it's processing video. I'm sure I'm way over 100%. Yeah, I maxed out 100%. I need a faster computer. That's all there is to it. Or maybe I can get something other than Genesis. Let me try this. This is just me experimenting, so stand by. Now I got 4 viewers. Yeah, for the 4 viewers that I've got, this is, let me turn that audio down. Turn it off, matter of fact. Okay, this is Tom Stiles, and this is Tom's Radio Room show, but I'm just testing right now, trying to see if I can run some version of control software for my SDR and do a Hangout so that I can show my webcam or my desktop. And I'm using a real old dual core Dell computer, which is, as I showed before, it's maxed out, CPU usage 100%, and I've exited Genesis. So let me exit this program here. It's Rain Meter, which is a CPU program. Shouldn't be drawing that much. And of course, I've got my webcam running. Now, let me try another SDR controller software, which is SDR Console 3, which I did get working the other day. And we'll start the radio. And we turn the volume down. And I don't know what that blast is. Some kind of interference. I'm not getting WWV. Let's go down. Okay, I can't change the frequency. I don't know why. I was trying to go down to, oh, I know why. Let's go down here. Go down to 5 megahertz. I don't have this program set up right, so bear with me. I just got it working yesterday. Whoops, went past it. 5 megahertz. Okay, come on. Yeah, let's crank down here. It's been a while since I've used this program. Let's see, 5 megahertz. Right there. Come on, go over to 5 megahertz. Gee whiz. Everything's different. Okay, come on. Why can't I get to 5 megahertz? That's not 5 megahertz. Oh, I really don't know how to use these programs. They've changed so much, and they're so different. Oh, let's see. I used to be able to click on here or click on here. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I'm trying to get down to 5 megahertz. Boy, I'm getting some kind of spurious hoopla here. Okay, I've got 5 megahertz, and I hear absolutely nothing at 5 megahertz, and I'm on AM, and I'm not hearing anything. I probably am not really at 5 megahertz. Yeah. Okay. Now, come on, 5 megahertz. 5 megahertz. How do I get there? I have to like hit return or something? Gee. So much I've forgotten about these programs. Now, is that 5 megahertz? Yeah. Now look into that noise. Okay. Regardless of the noise, that's probably some kind of setup problem. Let me see how I'm doing on CPU. And I'm still maxed out at 100%. SDR console is sticking 35%. Oh, that's not going to work. So I don't think, I've got to do some tweaking on all the software to try to get the CPU, easy for me to say, CPU usage down so that I can run the SDR controlling software plus Google Hangout. Because the problem I have now, well, I've got a lot of problems. But anyway, the one problem that I'm struggling with now is the screen capture software I have can only capture about 10 minutes and then it crashes. So I was trying to use Google Hangouts, which theoretically you can capture as long as you want to, hours. And I wouldn't want to capture hours, but maybe 30 minutes or something like that with me stumbling through a software program like I'm doing now and get it recorded on my YouTube show. So let me find Hangout again. It's right here. Now, one thing that I'm attempting to do right this minute is I've got my webcam running and the Genesis, or in this case, SDR console software running, but I'm not sharing my desktop in Hangouts. So let me turn off. I probably won't need that very much. That's not the right thing. I'm going to turn off the webcam. Okay, that's turned off. And now let's see what the CPU usage is. It's probably still, oh, I closed that. That was dumb. Okay, let me go Control Alt Delete. And we'll start the task manager. And we're at 100%. Well, I see a couple of 80s, but we're still 100% running SDR console. Chrome is using about 30%, and SDR console using about 30%, and then some other things, I don't know what they are using the rest of it. And it could be there's some residual programs running that I've attempted to use earlier that didn't get cleared out. So I guess what I need to do is when I do this, let me take this down. When I do this, I need to make sure I haven't loaded other programs, such as I ran the Genesis software controls software control software. I'll be okay. And it was taking up too much CPU. And so I exited that, but you know how that goes. It doesn't always exit totally. So let's see what else we got here before we give up. Let me see. I lost the screen that shows me the number of viewers. Oh, there it is. I still got 4 viewers. They're probably laughing at me because I don't know what I'm doing here. It's been so long since I did a Google Hangout that I have to go through another learning curve. So I'm going to back off here. And it appears as things run, it appears these programs run, but they're really maxing out the CPU. I mean, it's running at 100% all the time. Excuse me. So, excuse me. Oh, another viewer. Oh no, this is getting embarrassing. So what I was getting ready to say is I need to optimize these programs. Now I have another program. Well, I have a lot of programs, but I have another program besides SDR console and Genesis that someone told me about a couple of days ago, and maybe it's not as much of a memory or CPU hog as these two that I'm running. SDR console is telling me it's using about 30% down here. And if I go to my task manager, it says that, yeah, about 30. Now look at, this is what the part I don't understand is why the Chrome usage goes down. I'm not sure what that's all about. Maybe I turned off the webcam. So maybe it took a while to get that, because now I'm only using about 60%, which is acceptable. And I would imagine, now let me go just for the heck of it, because Genesis was doing a better job of talking to the radio than SDR console. SDR console, it's right now is getting, well, it's struggling with all this stuff, residual stuff left over on the screen. But it was showing at 5 megahertz and 10 megahertz, at least, this big interference. So let me shut this down. Let's go back to Genesis. Genesis seems to behave the best with this FIFI SDR. Okay, I've got it loaded. Now I'll turn the radio on. So it's receiving right now. Probably Radio Australia. And it's 9 o'clock in the morning here in Florida, Eastern Daylight Time. Turn the volume down. Now let's see what the CPU usage is. And it's back up to 96%. Now, probably Chrome is varying, Chrome and Hangouts is varying depending on what's on the screen, whether it's static or if it's changing a lot. Now, see, Chrome dropped down to 13%. And its overall CPU usage is about 90%, which is acceptable. I'm not hearing dropouts on the Genesis software, which is, that's what happens when my old computer gets overwhelmed and it can't keep up with multiple programs running. So right this instant, it's just squeaking by at about 90%. Now, if I go back, and this could be the difference. Here's my Hangout page. I'm looking at it. You can't see it. Matter of fact, I don't think I'm sharing my, I don't have the webcam enabled, and I'm not sharing my desktop. That's what I'm trying to say. So let me go back and share the desktop, which is what I want to do. Let's just share, instead of the desktop, we'll just share the Genesis radio program. So let's see what happens. Okay, now you should be seeing the Genesis STR controller. Okay, now let me look at my, which you won't be able to see because I'm only showing that now. Let me look at my usage. My usage is now back up to 100%. Yeah, it's 100%, but Chrome is about 30% and Genesis is about 35%. And in other programs, other pieces of Chrome, I have like 4 or 5 entries marked Chrome. And the main one is about 40%. The next one's about 20%. And then Genesis is about 40%. So yeah, I've got my CPU maxed out. Now, let me go back. Again, if anybody's watching this, I'm just experimenting. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to do one of my YouTube videos. I'm just experimenting. So if you're laughing at me, that's okay. So let's go back to this. It should be capturing at this screen right now. And this program says it's using about 40%, which is acceptable for this program. And let me turn up the volume. Okay, I've detuned the frequency. There, we're back there. And it doesn't appear that there's any dropouts, any audio dropouts. It seems to be consistent. Now, the other thing is that I can vary the amount of CPU used by this program is these waveform displays, the waterfall and the pan adapter down here. If I turn those off, then the CPU, this program doesn't utilize the CPU so much. But I want to show those. You know, that's the beauty of this program, or these programs, is this graphic display. So my original goal was I used this screen capture program called Cam Studio, and it only allows you to record the video and audio to the limit of your memory, which my leftover memory when I'm running everything is about 1 gigabyte. So that's about all I can record, is about 1 gigabyte. And if I let it go beyond that, it crashes the program. I lose the file. So I'm trying to find an alternative, such as Hangouts, that will record infinite. I don't know what the max is, but I can record hours if I can get it to work properly. And then I could have actually, you know, a 10, 20, 30-minute show showing these software defined radio software defined radio software. Oh, well. So that's my goal. Again, my limiting factor is the computer I have down at my workshop is only a Dell dual core computer running Windows 7. So that's where the limit, and it's got 3 gigabytes of memory. And it's running Windows 7 32, so I can't go beyond the memory because it won't recognize it. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. Let me see if I can go back to my, I think, I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, okay, I minimize this. And we're running about 80% now because I'm not showing the Genesis software on my computer, on my screen. I'm not showing it right now. I'm showing this Windows Task Manager plus Chrome Hangouts is in the background. So let me reduce this, minimize it. So I've got 5 viewers. I have no idea who these viewers are, or if they have any idea what I'm doing. I'm just testing my setup to see if I can use Google Hangouts to do a longer time-wise screen capture of playing around with my radios and having the ability to use a webcam, which I have that turned off right now. My webcam's turned off, and or a screen capture, which is, that's interesting. It says I'm sharing, and then it's got a little box, present to everyone. Okay, I guess I wasn't showing you. I got so much to learn here. It's unbelievable. About 18 months ago, I did a little bit of experimenting with Hangouts, Google Hangouts, and it's been a while, so I have to relearn that. So, and I'm sure there's settings that you can optimize it if you've got an old computer like I've got, which, you know, there's probably somewhere I can change the resolution so that it's not using so much CPU power to upload real time a big fat data stream. Okay, so I am going to, while I got this working at all, I wonder if I can actually turn on chat. Okay, I turned on chat. I don't know if it's visible to the 5 people that are watching or not. Actually, 6 people now. But I'll type something. There I am. If any of you see the chat box, I'd appreciate it if you type something in. So I think right at this moment, I am sharing a window, and the window has Genesis. I'm not sharing windows in that it's showing each of the windows that I select. It's only showing, I think, only the Genesis window right now. But I had my 6th viewer dropped out, which is understandable because I'm just testing. I'm trying to figure out how I can get Hangouts going again on this old computer. Normally I run a Hangout on another computer, which is a quad computer, and I don't have any problems. So I'm seeing if this old dual core computer will hang in there. That's all this is. And I'm just testing. I don't know really how to test Hangouts with actually doing a live broadcast. So I'm doing a live broadcast, and it's strictly testing. Oh, I lost another viewer. Yeah, I guess he got bored. I understand that. I'm not surprised I even have 4. But this is, again, this is Tom Styles. I have a YouTube channel. The name of the channel is, unfortunately, I didn't, when I started the channel a couple of years ago, I didn't think about a good name. So I just called it Hamrad88. I should have called it Tom's Radio Room Show, because that's what it has evolved into. I lost another viewer. Okay. I think I've tested everything that I can, and I'm just going to stop this and see what got recorded. There were dropouts or whatever. We'll see. Okay. So stop broadcasting. Thanks for the 3 or 4 viewers that hung in there.